It's November 22nd, 2021. I'm going to go on a bulk, and you're invited to join me along with this. This isn't going to be primarily focused on technique. This isn't going to be focused on looking at me get fat and then get strong and then eventually, hopefully, get shredded. No, this is going to be more on the intellectual side. I think that strength and going to the gym, I mean, it creates discipline, and that's great, and you get stronger and you look good, and that's all nice, but I think this is a part of the good life. It extends beyond just aesthetics. It goes into other virtues, and I want to spend some time talking about that. Not right now, but in future videos. I don't know what you're going to see in this video because I haven't planned it out yet. So, welcome along. Now, I'm sitting here writing 2, 1. I'm sitting here writing a plan. Now, here's the thing. I have a certain idea of how things work in mind as I'm writing this plan. I don't believe in willpower. I think willpower is sort of an illusion we tell ourselves. It's like when most people, and there's different theories about what willpower is, but when most people think about willpower, they think that, or they tell themselves that they have inside of them a desire or a drive, an unstoppable force that if they just tapped into it, that all of a sudden, they would achieve something. All of us think that, most of us, young men in particular, think that they could be John Wick if somebody pissed them off in the right way, that they're just missing that one little thing and they could be the baddest motherfucker out there. That is an illusion. that is an illusion we tell ourselves to make ourselves feel better. Nobody has that kind of force. And if somebody is driven by a force of pure will, which I think will is just desire, which desire implies a lack, it implies a need. So if you have a desire and you're driven by will and desire alone, you're a functioning neurotic. You are driven by some sort of problem or neuroses that will never leave you happy, and that's not a part of the good life. So instead, you plan, you write things out. Being successful at the gym has more to do with gardening than it does having to do with being a badass, in a movie. Of course, desire and will plays a part of it, but the key word here is discipline. It starts by sitting down with a pen or at your computer and typing out a plan, goals, things you need to achieve, how you're going to achieve it. How do you define success? Everybody's success is a little bit different. If you're watching this video, you're probably not, the strongest guy out there. Because if you were the strongest guy out there, or you were on that path, you'd be busy lifting weights and not watching YouTube videos or wherever I decide to post this. So, think of your body as a garden, Some plants take a couple weeks to grow, most take a couple months. Some stuff takes years to become established, and to get a really good garden going, to get it to be fruitful, it takes a long time, and it takes planning. You need foresight, a vision for what things are supposed to look like, where they're supposed to go, and how everything works together. Because you have more going on in your life than just strength and going to the gym and the aesthetics of that. You probably have a job. So it's a matter of balancing all that out, because, abs are a lot of work. It's really not worth it for most people, but there is a balance, right? I mean, not everybody can have a huge garden, but everybody can have a small piece, maybe a little bonsai. Maybe your body isn't a big garden, but it's a little bonsai that you can cultivate and take care of and cherish, and it can grow nicely over time versus just, letting whatever happen. You can't grow a garden through will and desire alone. You can't yell at the trees. You can't scream at the flowers. Same thing with your body. You can't just force it into a certain way of being. Not a good way of being, anyway. So, come up with a plan. And you have to understand your nature. My plan, I could probably jump straight into a 5x5, but I've actually decided to take 4 weeks. I'm going to take an entire month to establish a routine of going to the gym. And I'm giving myself a pretty easy workout for a whole month, because it's not so important to get big right now and get strong. Right now it's more important to just go to the gym regularly, because I haven't been. So that's my first step. I'm going to share what I wrote this morning, and I write every morning. And so, I'm not going to read this.